Hey guys, it's Indy. So today we're going to be doing a book haul, and we have quite a few books to show you, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So the first books I want to talk about are the books in Deborah Harkness's All Souls trilogy. I wasn't sure actually if I was going to talk about it because I honestly bought these a couple years ago, but I haven't gotten through reading them. But it was the start of my love for reading during adulthood. So these were actually the first books that I bought to read for leisure after I became an adult. I used to love reading as a kid, but when I went to high school, I just got so busy. I didn't have time to read books, or I just didn't feel interested in reading books. I did read a lot of manga and like webtoons and stuff, but I didn't get around to reading books for fun. So these were actually the first books that I bought for myself for fun. So like I said, it's been a while since I bought these, but I still haven't read them. And the reason is I've been busy with school and work. But if you can see this writing, the writing is really small, and the books are about 500 plus pages, so it's really dense. But I mean, the story's nice. So these books fall into the fantasy category. So it's about a witch and a vampire who meet and they fall in love, and all the obstacles they go through to be together. I think they have an HBO series or some kind of TV show about it. But I did buy the books before the TV show, and I haven't watched the TV show yet. So let me know what you guys think about the show, or if the books are better, or if any of you guys have read the books and not watched the show, what you guys think, because I'd like to know. I'm curious. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you my next haul. Alright, so the next set of books I'm going to show you guys are in the historical romance category. I've recently gotten into these a lot. I really enjoy like that Victorian era and that Regency romance stuff. So Vega recommended these to me, and I'm really excited to read them. So let me show you guys what I got. So I got Lisa Kleypas's Wallflower series and Tessa Dare's Girl Meets Duke series. I just want to give you guys a heads up, because of the time period that it was written in. There is like a social hierarchy, you know, the rich rule the world kind of thing, and like it's hard for the poor to rise up in their society. Also, women's place back then was to be like homemakers. Even if you were like bright and intelligent, it was really hard for you to move up in the world, and you'll see some of these kinds of themes in there. So if you guys don't like it, you know, that's just how it was back then. But honestly, if you get past that mindset and kind of just know that's how it was back then, these books are really fun because of the romance aspect. So the difference between the two series are in Lisa Kleypas's Wallflower series. It's about 4 women who are actively trying to find spouses for themselves. And in Tessa Dare's Girl Meets Duke series, it's kind of like love just falls into their lives. Another thing I like about these books are how they do belong to a series, and how the stories are kind of connected to each other. This is like the first time that I'd be reading a series like this. Usually when I read a series, especially with the All Souls trilogy, it's kind of just like one story, but it's a continuation in each book. Whereas this, sometimes the time periods overlap, but the stories are supposed to be connected. And they are written so that you can read them as a standalone book if you wanted to. I'm a collector, so I don't know about you guys. If a whole series is out, I like to get all the books of that series. So I did get all of them. So another thing I like about these historical romances and Regency romances is because it's just so different from the society we live in. I know that's like a good thing and bad thing, but I guess it's just like that world that we don't see in today's society, you know, with all the the monarchies or the social hierarchies, and also like the way they talk and the kinds of clothes they wear. That's also really interesting to me, so I do like that. So another thing about these books are they are in the adult genre, so there are a lot of steamy scenes, so just be warned. I don't want it to surprise any of you, but I really like that, so I'm excited to read these. So the next book in my book haul is Helen Huang. I don't know, I'm butchering her name, but it's The Kiss Quotient, and I'm excited to read this. It's actually my first contemporary romance novel. I don't know why I haven't gotten into contemporary romance. I do like reading it in like webtoons or mangas, but I don't know about the novels. I've just been hesitant to pick one up. But this is another one of Vega's recommendations, and she said it's really good and she really liked it. So just to give you a brief synopsis, it's about a woman who has Asperger's, and she has little dating experience, and she's kind of being pressured to find someone by her parents. So in order to gain dating experience, she hires an escort, and that's really interesting. It's the characters are new and novel to me. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited to read this though. So the last books in my book haul are something not in the romance genre. I enjoy watching and hearing about true crime. I don't know. It's been something that I've been interested in since I was younger. I'm really scared of horror stuff, but I don't know. Something about true crime just gets me wanting more. So I picked up these books, and they're both by Robert Kolker. This one is supposed to be about a schizophrenic family who have committed crimes. It sounds like the author writes, even though it's supposed to be like a biography, he writes it like a story. So instead of it just being facts, it's kind of like storytelling. So I'm really interested to read this. This one is kind of lengthy, so I don't know. Wish me luck on this one. And then this one, I have to say I'm a sucker for like bestsellers, just because they should be bestsellers for a reason, right? This one, I think it's even more like a fiction than a nonfiction. Just the way the author writes it based on skimming through the pages seems really interesting. So this one is about some unsolved murders that occurred in one part of America. I'm really interested in reading this one too. I guess there's a Netflix film about it, but I haven't seen it. I am really scared when it comes to horror related things, but sometimes I don't know. I like the suspense. I like mystery and suspense. So sometimes I try to watch it, but you won't be catching me watching horror films by myself. So that's the end of my book haul. I'll keep you guys posted on which books I end up reading and which ones I don't. We'll probably be doing a book review on the books that we do end up reading. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm gonna go and hand it over to Vega because I know she's still got a lot of cool books to show you guys.
If we're talking about recent book hauls, I would have to show you my whole entire bookshelf. Since we don't have time for that, I have picked out some books that I wanted to read in the next month or two. Some books meaning 20-ish books. I'm calling it my very ambitious TBR. First, I have historicals, then contemporary romance, some fiction and friend recommendations, and last but not least, fantasy. Whoa, that was high. Fantasy. The first historicals that I wanted to show you is the Wallflower series by Lisa Kleypas. I actually have the accompaniments for it too. Again, The Magic, and it's supposed to be a prequel. A Wallflower Christmas. I'm so excited to read this because Christmas and romance, I am so for it. I am so there. So the first book of the series is called Secrets of a Summer Night. It Happened One Autumn, Devil in Winter, and Scandal in Spring. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm so excited because the first book was good. The second one was so good. The third one was so good. And now I can't wait. Both Indy and I are reading these together, and it's been so much fun reacting to certain scenes and like texting each other. But yeah, anyways, we're also reading these. The Girl Meets Duke series by Tessa Dare. The first one is The Duchess Deal, The Governess Game, and The Wallflower Wager. The fourth book is coming out in 2021, and I'm so excited because I read this book and it was so cute because the characters from the first and second books made appearances, and they were just so funny and so cute that I had to pick up the rest of the series. I mean, I just can't wait for the fourth one. All right. The Bromance Book Club by Lissa K. Adams. And this book is so cute. It's a second chance romance. It's about a baseball player named Gavin, and his marriage is on the rocks, and he's devastated about it. He gets recruited into a book club by his teammates and other alpha men of the society, and they read romance books to try to help with their real life romance. So yeah, it's really cute, and he just works so hard to try to win her back, and I love it so much. The second book is called Undercover Bromance, and the third book that's coming out soon in September, later this month, I believe it's called Crazy Stupid Bromance, and I'm so excited for it. I've got Fumbled by Alexa Martin, and this is the second book of the playbook series. So the first book is called Intercepted, and then Fumbled, and then I believe there's the third book called Blitzed, and then the fourth book that's coming out later this month or October called Snapped. But yeah, this is a second chance romance also, or maybe it's a soulmate kind of trope, but it's about a single mom. She's working at a club in Denver, and in walks her high school sweetheart, who is now an NFL superstar, and you know, the attraction is still there, and there's also a secret that she hasn't told him. So yeah, I'm so excited to read this. Well Met by Jen DeLuca. I first picked this up because there was a Renaissance fair in it, and when I used to live in California, my husband used to take me to the Renaissance fair there. I have such fond memories of it. When I saw that this book had the Renaissance fair aspect to it, I said yes. Like, I picked it up because yes, of course. But yeah, so this book is about Emily, who is an English major, but her life is kind of like down right now, and she moves into this little town to help out her older sister and her niece. And her niece's high school is holding a Renaissance fair, and they needed volunteers, so guess who's stuck doing the Renaissance fair? So Simon is the guy who's in charge of the fair. At first, hello, there's tension, but Emily is stuck practicing for the Renaissance fair half the summer, and then the second half of the summer she has to work in the Renaissance fair. And when the fair starts, they have to assume different characters, and so Emily becomes Emma the Tavern Wench, and Simon becomes a pirate, and the tension becomes wanted attention. Their characters end up flirting with each other, and so they get kind of confused whether they like each other or they like each other's characters. Yeah, so it seems really cute, and I'm really excited for this. Real Men Knit by Kwana Jackson. And this book I already fell for the title. I mean, a man who can knit. I mean, can you just imagine like wearing a scarf that the man of your dreams have knitted for you by hand? This book is about Jesse, and he has a reputation of being a heartbreaker, but he has a soft spot for his adoptive mother. And when his adoptive mother dies, Jesse and his brothers need to figure out what to do with her knitting store, Strong Knits. Jesse, knowing how much the store meant to his adoptive mom, wanted to keep it afloat, so he gets help from an employee there named Carrie. And I mean, I guess there's attraction there, and I hope he knits her a scarf. I really hope so. My favorite, Half Nightstand by Christina Lauren. I've actually read a couple of her books, The Love and Other Words and The Unhoneymooners, and they're both so different, but I loved both of them, so I'm excited to read this one. And the synopsis sounds so funny and kind of sad too. It's about a woman named Millie, and she is a professor at a university, and her fellow professor friends who are single make a pact to try to get a date for a university black tie gala. She actually ends up having a one-night stand with one of the professors, but they decided to keep it platonic. So she makes up a fake dating profile and start to talk to this guy Reed, the one that she had a one night stand with. And I guess in real life she was starting to fall for him. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes, and it seems really messy, but I want to know. Talking about messy, I've got The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. Okay, this is about Lena, who gets left on her wedding day, and the person who broke it to her was the groom's brother, Max. The reason why the groom left is because of something Max had said. So years later, Lena is a wedding planner, and she has a job offer for this hotel, and Max partners up with her to kind of pitch an idea to the hotel owner. Her ex-fiance ends up working with her competition. Yeah, real messy. So now she is in close proximity with Max, the guy she hates, who ruined the happiest day of her life. And now he is nice to her and he wants to help her succeed. And so feelings get a little blurred. And I mean, okay, it's Lena and Max's love story. So yeah, seems cute. But I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna get over the fact that she was engaged to his older brother for a year. You know, I don't know. We'll see. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is a hype buy. There are so many booktubers out there who loved this book, so I wanted to try it. It's about Lucy and Joshua, who are executive assistants to co-CEOs of a publishing company. And then now there's a promotion and there's only one position, so they are in competition. So enemies to lovers. But yeah, I'm excited to read this because if they say that it's good, then it should be, right? These books are classics, and I am so excited to read them. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. 1984 by George Orwell. I have been so interested in those books because the sci-fi and dystopian feel to it reminds me of the movies Minority Report and Equilibrium, and I love those movies so much. So these books are kind of like the originals and the classics of it, so I'm so excited. Speaking of movies, The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaffer and Annie Barrows. I love the movie so much. I play it on repeat on Netflix. So yeah, I picked it up because I wanted more of it. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. Homegoing by Yag Yasi, and I actually picked this up because my friend Elonda picked it up, and I said I'm gonna join you. We actually read Colson Whitehead's The Nickel Boys together, and it was so great having someone to vent to while reading it. So yeah, this is gonna be our next book. This book, oh, it's daunting. My friend Maggie actually recommended this book to me. John dies at the end. This is definitely going to be out of my comfort zone read, but I am excited about it. Nothing like I have ever read before. I usually don't like horror or mystery, but this one I'm into action and thriller. So yeah, I'm gonna see what this is about. I've got The Oracle Year by Charles Soule. It seems so cool, like a man who wakes up and figures out that he can predict the future, or at least some futures. He gets into bad situations because men who are powerful and dangerous want to get their hands on this information that he has. So yeah, it follows his journey in this year. Oh, and by the way, it matches. Look at it. Even the spine and the back. Oh, I can't do that. It matches and I love it. I'm gonna start this section with J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I have the first two and I'm so excited to read them. It is a vampire romance. Jess from Peace Love Books really loved them and she's like a big fan, so I wanted to try them out, and yeah, I'm so excited for this. This series I have been interested in, and recently I found out that it's going to become a Netflix show. So I told myself that I need to start now, and I did. This is the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. First, it's Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. In this fantasy, there's a magical system for the magical users called the Grisha, and they have a hierarchy. So this woman, she grew up normal and like not having any powers, and she went into the human army, and all of a sudden something happens and she unleashes power that she has suppressed, and so now she is a Grisha, and yeah, it follows her journey. I'm excited to read the rest of it. I also have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. It is in the same world as the Shadow and Bone series, but I think it's like in a different time or a different place. So yeah, I don't even know what this is about really. The synopsis of it is just six misfits who try to steal something. But yeah, I'm excited for it. It's got a lot of great reputation, so yeah, I'm excited. Leigh Bardugo. The next series I wanted to talk about is A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. First, it's A Court of Thorns and Roses. Second is A Court of Mist and Fury. Third is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm so excited for this series because I have read the first book of the series and I loved it so much. It kind of reminded me of Beauty and the Beast for like a little bit of it. It was so much more than that. There's romance there, and there's like fairies first of all. I am so loving this fairy fantasy. Yes, I am all for it. I have the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. Indy actually recommended these books to me like early on this year, and that's kind of what started this whole reading thing and the booktube really, because we ended up recommending books to each other and totally loved everything. So we said, why not? But yeah, this is the All Souls trilogy, and it follows Diana Bishop and Matthew de Clermont, and it's just so cute. I love it so much. It will forever be in my heart. The first book is A Discovery of Witches. The second is Shadow of Night. The third is The Book of Life. My personal favorite is Shadow of Night. A Discovery of Witches is actually a TV series, and I watched it before I knew it was a book. I watched it because Teresa Palmer and Matthew Good is in it, so yes. But yeah, the second season is coming out soon, I believe, and if it is Shadow of Night, I cannot wait for it because I loved this one so much. But yeah, thank you, Indy. And okay, last but not least, recently this book came out. Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. And okay, I loved the Twilight Saga so much. I still watch it on repeat. But yeah, I was reading this book and I felt like I was cheating. So I got the whole series. Okay, I'm so excited about this because I want to read all the details, really. I think the Twilight movies were like nostalgia for me. I am so excited. I have Twilight waiting for me. And yeah, I've got a lot of books to read and I'm excited about it. And I'll keep you posted on which ones I actually get to read. So yeah, wish me luck. Wish me luck. I'm gonna read all of it. I intend to.